Skype up. Okay, I'm back. I will be putting Skype up. Can you hear me all? Why am I seeing that right there? Oh, there I am. Okay. Okay. I know, you guys. I wasn't going to even do the show this Saturday, and then I'm glad Tim and Eric, Eric and Kim went out tonight. It was really great, but they, of course, I'm so grateful to them helping me out. But never mind. It was in addition to this. I wasn't going to do the show, but I thought it'd be a good idea because we'll be taking 2 weeks off until we do another show. So I am being funny, but not really on purpose. But I guess that's okay. I'm going to put Skype up right now. If it's going to drain on everything, if it's going to drain on ourselves, I'll have to. Well, we'll see. We'll just go for it. We got time. And just you guys are hanging in there with me. And I really appreciate it. Who's in here? Barbara Clausen and Barbara Clausen. Robert left. Is he still here? Oh, and well, that's okay. The best of us are. Look at all this talking you guys are doing. Or is it me? Okay, let me put up the Skype and see how that works out. And you know what? Should have perfectly good thoughts. I don't know why I'm so choppy. Maybe because I'm having anxiety. No, I'm excited, Jim. I'm excited about a lot of new things. I'm excited about meeting you sooner. It's going to be coming soon. Okay, let me try to do this thingy. One. Log into the channel. Join the production team. I have no idea what that means. Okay, let me do a Skype. Let me do the Skype. Okay. And hold on, you guys. Hold on. There you are. I just want to. Now I can just see the chat perfectly. Okay, that's good. And the Skype. I'm going on the main Skype. It sucks up on. Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, I wanted to show you. This stuff has it's cedar and copel. I did. I went and got it. I took a walk. I watched the sunset. Went on the beach. Prayed. There it is. New stuff. And I took the last one. The little store thing. And this is the old thing. But this has something in it I'm not familiar with. Maybe you are, Barbara. I don't know. Maybe you are, Jim. It's COPAL. Okay, well, I'm getting into Skype. I'm not saying it's gonna work out just perfect. But yes, I did, Barbara. Thanks for that. And in fact, I was thinking, I was gonna take a walk anyway. So, here we go. Let me know when you are ready. Okay, let me know when you are ready. Sure, Barbara, that'd be great. Looks like I put the wrong password. Barbara, all the nights I hope that I can get you on, because you don't call very often. I'm hoping that, or you know what, I'm not going to hope. I just know it will be because I have a sage. Is that sage? It's new to you? That's a big fatty. The other one was a real big fatty. This stuff I used to, it's kind of disturbing that people are charging so much money. I remember 10, 15, or 18 years ago, we used to, a friend of mine, we used to get up and wrap it up like they do, and like this, and it was free. It's from the earth. Hold on, Barbara. I'm getting the Skype up. Wait for it. Here it comes. Where'd it go? It's coming. It's there. This is the one Eric's always on. And then he directs it to me, and then we direct it, and then we all have happy. And we happy time in it. So I hope all the weather's okay for you guys. The weather was really beautiful today. It was like summertime. So I exercised for an hour because I started thinking, well, I'm going to walk around looking like this. Okay, Skype's coming. And I guess those 7 people that said they're coming didn't show up either. Because you and Jim didn't even say you were coming. It's okay wherever you people are. Hold on, Barbara. The Skype's coming up. It's getting its mojo. Mojo! Look at that. And, oh, come on. Tep, I'm getting real excited about May. I really am. And I think that I just needed to say that. May is for when everybody, isn't May when everybody starts mating? Yeah, I'm just joking. Okay, I'm on here. And it looks like I'm invisible, but I'm on here. I'll put myself as on. And remember, yeah, you are too. I'm really looking forward to stuff that we're going to be doing. Uh, no, we just put it on what do you call it? PowerPoint with the bees and the birds and the bees and the boom 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 bing. Barbara, I am here. Barbara, do you know? Here's my. I'm sorry. I'm so used to. Oh, and there she is. And, aha! How do I get you, Barbara?
And there she is.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We're echoing.
Okay, hang on a second.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Perfectly. Hi, Barbara.
Okay, but I can't hear you. I have to deal with speaker issues. I guess I have to put on headphones. Give me a second.
Okay, sure.
See, now I'm the one that's not prepared.
No, but you sound really clear and everything's going really perfectly, and I'm not losing all my FPSs, which could sound like anything to me. Like, I'm fine. I'm glad to hear you. You don't call in all the time, so. In fact, I don't even remember the last time I've spoken to you. And I can work you through it.
Wrong thing.
Oh, but you can't hear me. Jim.
Okay. Now can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
I can now.
Oh, great. Then we're happy. Yeah, no, you're coming in really great. Frames permits. I know, Jim. Thank you. Frames. I know my frames are standing up. No, it's a perfectly good connection.
Hang on. Hey.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. Now it's better because I didn't realize I had to also mute your video that I'm watching. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm all set now.
Well,
I think this is the first time we've ever talked one-on-one.
I think so. Maybe so. Because I was thinking, well, yeah, I think it is the voice. And I like your voice.
Well, thank you. I think I'll keep it.
Yeah, I think you should. This is great because then hopefully, everything will work out in this recording and then and you're the very only one, you're probably going to be the only one tonight calling for, and then you can, well, who knows?
Well, I don't really have any topic. I just thought maybe you might want to discuss what we
talked about
yesterday.
Yeah, I would. I think that's a good thought. And because I was paying attention to what you were saying, I know that a lot. It kind of got lost in the shuffle with but it started to make sense what you were talking about because your name was so clear, and you said that your grandmother was also
let me just tell you the story if that would help.
Yes.
I had seen a psychic earlier in that week. It's the first time I'd ever actually gone to one.
Really?
It's a gentleman here on Long Island. His name is Jeffrey Wands, Wands. And I was really on the fence about whether or not what he said to me was, I don't know, real isn't the right word, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
He got just enough things right and hit on some things that were unusual that I couldn't discard it. But at the same time, he also said some things that didn't make sense at all. And even if I wrote them down and he, like, for example, he said I had a brother and I don't have a brother. I have a sister. But I thought, okay, maybe he thinks her energy is
masculine.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I did was my sister and I talked about it. I actually had recorded it with his permission, sent it to her. She listened to it and she felt the same way. She said, I don't know. I don't know if there's just enough here for me to say he's real or not. So what I did was yesterday morning, as silly as it probably sounds, I was making my breakfast and spreading some peanut butter on some toast.
I love that.
And I just started talking to the air.
That's okay.
And I said, well, that's okay. I'm a little on the nutty side and I'm fine with that. So I said to the air, I said, listen, I don't know if you're, an angel or a spirit or my mother or my father, somebody that I know, but I do know that you are setting up these amazing synchronicities for me on a pretty regular basis. So I know that you're legitimate. You exist. But I need help knowing whether or not what I got from this guy was legitimate. And so here's what I expect. And I didn't say here's what I want, because if you say I want something, you just get a lot more wanting back.
Right.
So what I said was, here's what I expect. If he's completely legitimate and everything he said was, spot on, then I need to hear from him today. He can call me out of the blue as a follow-up. He can send me a generic, email that I'm on some kind of a list of his. I don't really care. I just need to have that contact. And to me, that would be my confirmation that he's 100% accurate.
Right.
If that's not correct, then, and I probably used the words, I invite you, because I used to use that a lot when I ran a club that I owned a few years ago. It sounds a little bit better than, give me your complaints. Yeah. I would say, I invite you to share your thoughts, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
So what I said was, I invite you to find me today, and just let me know that you're out there and that you picked this up, and you don't have to say anything. I just give me a sign, find me, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I know that you know how to do this better than I do. I don't really care what it is. I'm going to leave it the same way I did with my mom when she passed, and I said, and I'm still talking to the air. I talked to the air for a good 5 minutes.
To me, that's not unusual, so that's okay. That's that's a normal day for me.
And I'm okay with it. It sounds weirder telling it than it did standing in the kitchen doing it.
Maybe, but I can identify with what you're saying, definitely. And
so I just said, listen, come and find me today, and bring me the message the same way you did with Mom. I'll just make sure that it's brought in a way that I know that it's unequivocally from you. And I'll leave it at that. And I pretty much forgot about it. I definitely didn't go into their show last night, even remembering that I had done that. And when she kind of stopped her discussion and said, you guys, is there someone in your chat room named Karen? I still didn't get it. And then she said, well, I have this woman won't leave me alone, and she said she's been invited here. That's when I thought, wow, that sounds like, what I had said this morning. And then I realized that Karen is spelled almost the same way as my last name. And I didn't look to see if there was another Barbara in the room, or, why they may not have used my first name. I didn't really care.
Right.
But, and my mother also passed in May, and she said May is a really important month. And she also said she just wants you to know that she's here because you invited her. And Karen, you know who you are. And that's all I needed.
No,
I hadn't asked for any kind of a message. I just said, come and find me. So that was good enough for me.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't know the gist of you seeing somebody, of course, and that even makes more sense, because I thought, I heard you say, I said I invited them today. I didn't hear what you were, now I know the rest of the rest of the whole thing about, talking to someone, seeing somebody. Because in last night you said, well, I did invite them today. I said, well, please come and give me a minute, whatever. So that is really interesting to me, more so because you actually did
I invited them.
Exactly. It was invitational. And come as you are, and that to me is absolutely, but I don't think Kim and Eric even heard any of that was going on at the time, but the Jody, I think was her name. She was immediately just came out with this stuff. It was interesting how she was not focusing on anybody, and that just came out. Did you notice that?
It did, and I guess that's kind of part of the reason it got my attention, because it just came out of the blue. I have to also tell you that, again, I don't know if it's my mother or my grandmother. I don't know who sets, or if it's just energy in general. I'm still trying to figure out how this whole thing works. Yeah. But my mother does look and acted very grandmotherish. She always did, and her personality was very soft. So it didn't surprise me that she said that she thought it was a grandmother because of her demeanor. But again, it didn't really matter. I felt like that was all I needed. I got my answer, and
absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I think it would. And absolutely, now that you've been told me that, when you said that, I kind of said, yeah, you know, but now even more so, it feels so much right. And whatever reasons, it doesn't really matter how it went around or whatever, you know, like you said, it had to go, you said it perfectly last night, as you do. You talk very eloquently and articulately.
Well, how would you know? We've never talked before. You've only seen me type my typed responses.
But I just, you know what? I just always can tell. Well, because the way you know, it's just the way the air about you, you know, your way.
I'm just yanking your chain.
Yeah, I'm yanking your chain back. I love you. That's my wording. I said to my daughter, I'm yanking your chain. I use that word, yanking your chain. Not very many people do. Only us do, raising hands. I love that. You took that from me, Barbara, didn't you? You yanking your chain.
I think it's the same era.
I think it's the same era, too. And it's not like, oh, it's swell.
I don't go quite back. I'm Groovy's about as far back as I'll go.
Well, you know what? I did a lot of cleansing in my house because I was like jumping up while, you know, Barbara, as far as talking out, I've been talking to myself before the Bluetooth came in fashion. Okay. And I'm happy here to say that I was the one who started it and I don't have anything in my ear and people give me these nasty looks. But now, you notice you're walking around, everybody's talking to themselves because they have their little Bluetooth in there because it's, you know, they're talking on the phone. But I'm like, hey, I did that. You guys, that's my thing. People look at me and they don't get me. They don't laugh. It's like, then I come right after them. I kick their ass. I'm joking.
No, I get you. You crack me up. Sometimes I sit here and I'm laughing in my home office watching you. And if somebody walked by, they would think that was wacky.
Well, you know, I laugh at myself, which is really funny. I know that when I'm being really out there, but some people just don't want to get me or whatever the heck their problem is. I don't understand why it's a freebie. I mean,
really?
I handed it to them on the silver platter. This girl's whack or whatever. But, you know, you go to Ron's, and Ron has a great show. He does a great show. And I go check it out after the fact. But, you know, man, does the angel talk? You know what? And you know, as you know, I'm not saying I don't get angels or guides, but I do read into past lives. If it happens, I do channel. I do if it happens. If it's supposed to be, but I will get stuff. But you know what's interesting? Wait, am I feeling it? I'm just going to start yanking your. No, I'm not yanking your chain.
Yeah, feel free.
I'm feeling free. Thanks. I'm feeling free to take my clothes off now. I'm free. No, we don't want to do that. It's not pretty right now.
Well, this is recorded. It's going to be on live stream.
Yeah, it'll be
for posterity.
It will be on there for. It'll be like a nice little keepsake thing you wear around your neck. It looks like to me you have a lot right now. Your faith is and whatever that means for you, people get it through their church, I get through the beach, or through whatever it is that you connect with. It's really, really strong right now. And I think that for good reasons. Like sometimes we kind of get, like I know I do, I get kind of swayed along to another area. Like, for me, going to the beach gives me a real connection. So that's my thing. And some people go to a church or whatever that it needs to be done. But it looks like your situation is you're really spiritually, you have there's just a lot of good faith, inner faith in you about everything. It's really positive. There's a lot of hope and joy. I mean, you really, it's lovely. And there's a lot of commotion at work. I don't know there's changes, there's people, commotion. I'm not saying you're part of it or you're not, it's just around. But, it's interesting to me because it looks like Barbara, there's a woman energy that I see around you that is almost like someone that would be like a counselor or someone that has a lot of vision. It looks like her eyes are incredibly interesting, she would look into water. She's real reflective. She likes to reflect in water. She loves water. I think I may have talked about this. I have before.
I'm Aquarius too, by the way.
This might be you then. Okay, because it's like you could be like somebody would like to be in the rain, water, baths, anything to do with water, swimming, maybe water. You know what's really interesting about Aquarius though? And the reason why I say it, do you know that's not a water sign?
No, I always thought it was.
I always thought it was too, and because my dearest and bestest friend forever is an Aquarius, and I don't know how many years, and I've been doing my work, and I just said, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's water sign. But yeah, because actually it goes beyond the water of it all because. Well, anyway, it's funny though. I've just remembered that. I've almost forgot it because it's always seemed like a water sign, as it should be. I think it's in between worlds. But water, you get reflected in. It looks like your spiritual. You know what? It's no wonder you invited somebody. This is what I'm saying. Of course they would come. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're in this world or our physical or this time, the present moment. You have you can. I just see you can look. And I've never seen a picture of you either. I think that your eyes are really incredible. That somebody, if they look at you, you would look out at, if you'd look out at something like, I'm going to say water, you just stare and you'll see so much vision. Your vision is really far reaching into the future. And it's not your imagination, it's your vision. And also you've been through a lot of your own torment. You've been through a lot of work on yourself. This usually is what happens. You're very sensitive, but you also have been through a lot of work. You know what? But right now you're really in you're not in between worlds. You're in the world of complete spiritual being, and so you're able to communicate better than I know anybody can do with their guides.
Well, Maureen, I'm with you, and
Yeah.
I feel the same way, but I don't know where the heck this came from.
I don't think it really matters. I think, you know what? It might be in the world, in the present situation, there's so much activities going around in our day-to-day lives, right? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I do see there's a lot of commotion around the work group of people. It's not you. It's like people. It's like, you look at what's really important and I call them crazy makers. Don't get involved. Don't do that. And things have to, just, let it go through its time. It has to go. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on around whatever you're supposed to be doing or whatever you do in the day in your work. I don't know. But you can it's really good because I can see that it's not affecting you to where you'll take with you the craziness of any sort. And it would cause you because the spiritual connection is very interesting. Now, I want to ask you something.
Sure.
I don't know about your relation. And, I really, Jody last night, I did like one thing she said. She doesn't like doing any relationship readings, and I don't blame her.
Ask me anything.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this. Is there somebody you've been thinking about that was maybe it's almost like you envision it, but someone it was a meaningful something, but it was short-lived, and it's in a relationship situation, and it was short-lived, but nevertheless it was meaningful. And I don't know what your status is, if you're single, if you're not, or what, but
not that I can think of. And let me just share with you that I am single. I was married to a guy and then had my kid, and we got divorced. And from that point forward, to be honest with you, I was so busy with my work and raising him alone that I wouldn't allow myself the opportunity.
That's right.
And now I'm just not interested. I'm so busy doing other things.
Barbara, you and I didn't think there was are you serious? Because I don't think there's another person like me out there
serious.
Because well, let me put it this way. I thought I was the only one in this world that would have been, and no one believes me. I have the same exact thing going, and I did this, and I forgot to unplug this, and I did the same thing that this is, you know what? That's my parents, and I want to make sure, hold on.
Go ahead.
Is everything okay? No, what's happened? What is happening? Tell me quickly. I want to get over there. Okay, call the ambulance. Okay. Okay, Mom, I'm going to get over there right now. No, goodbye. I'm going to go. No, Mom, don't. No, Mom, I'll get over there right now. Bye. I'm sorry. I'm I'm the care person for my parents.
listen, don't worry about it. Just do what you have to do.
Barbara, I want to finish this up.
We'll see you next week.
I want to finish this up. Maybe we could privately do this on the Skype by ourselves.
Sure, if you want to.
Yeah, because I would like to talk to you more. I'm sorry, everybody. I've always told my mom she wouldn't have called here, but there's a problem with my
Listen, just take care of yourself, and we'll all understand, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah,
okay?
but I want to let you know that I will connect back if it's. I'll tape it.
All right,
I will.
anytime.
And I know she wouldn't call, but my dad's I think having a stroke of some sort. So I better.
Well, that takes precedence over talking to me, honey.
Well, I love you though. I love you, but you're just wonderful. Okay, you guys, I will.
All right, see you later.
Okay, bye. And
Bye.
I apologize, but I don't know what else. Thanks.
All right.